Thank you, Phyllis. Good morning. My name is Patricia, and I will be your service leader today. And whether you are here in person or joining us online, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Unity of Bloomington. At Unity, we offer practical spiritual teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. We are a center for spiritual growth, and we provide inspiration, tools, and practices that support people on their path of spiritual growth. Please stand and join us in combining our joyful voices.
Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, grateful. Today I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful. Today I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Today I choose to be loving, so loving. Today I choose to be loving, loving. Today I choose to be joyful, so joyful. Today I choose to be joyful, joyful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. It's all up to me. Today I choose to be playful, so playful. Today I choose to be playful, playful. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, grateful. To be grateful, grateful. To be grateful, grateful. I am celebrating all that I am, all that I have. I am celebrating all I am becoming today. I am celebrating all that I am, all that I have. I am celebrating all I am becoming today. You are celebrating all that you are, all that you have. You are celebrating all you are becoming today. We are celebrating all that we are, all that we have. We are celebrating all we are becoming today. All we are becoming today. All we are becoming today.
Please remain standing and join me in affirming our statement of being. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. This power expresses life, love, wisdom, and abundance through me. In it, I live and move and have my being. Please be seated. One way we empower abundant and meaningful living is by practicing and living our 5 basic principles. I will state the principle and invite you to respond with the affirmation. God is all good and active in everything, everywhere.
God is.
I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and everyone. I am. I create my experiences by what I think, feel, do, and believe. I create. Through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. I pray. I do and give my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. I live. I now invite Ginger up for our moment with the children.
Thank you so much, Patricia. Hi, Ella. How are you today? Excellent. Join me here. How was the first week of school?
Good.
It was the first week, right? No. She goes, no. It was the second week, wasn't it?
I think it was the third or second.
Oh gosh, third week. Third. I was talking to my husband because, back in our day, we didn't start so early. And I was like, boy, I wouldn't be very happy about going to school as early as you had to go to school. But I'm sure it's just school, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. You and your mother and I are your mother and I are Facebook friends. So that means that I get to see some pictures of you every once in a while. And one of the pictures that she shared was one of you getting ready for school. And she mentioned that you had picked out your outfit for that day. Do you pick your outfits out every day?
Yeah.
You pick them out. Have you been doing this for a while?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you now?
10.
10. What age do you think did you start picking out your clothes?
7 or 6.
7 or 6. I thought you were going to say 9, but 7 or 6. And so you make choices pretty much every day about what you're going to wear, right?
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we've been talking about this month of August, is about our power of will, our power to make a choice. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yes.
I'm glad. It means that you've been paying attention. And it means that you all have been paying attention also. That we've been looking at the power of will, our power to make a choice, our power to decide on things, to make decisions. And I wanted to share, I picked out my outfit today. I like the color red and the color purple together because it has to do with the colors of the chakra. And I'm not going to explain what that is, but we'll discuss that at a later age maybe. Or you might already know. Do you know anything about chakras?
No.
I don't know anything either other than the colors. So we're all about on the same page. But I do know that my root chakra, kind of the chakra that connects me to the earth, is represented by the color of red. And that the color that's kind of associated with my spiritual chakra or spiritual nature, my higher self, is represented by purple. So I like combining, so we have like our earthly kind of color, and then we kind of have our spiritual color. And to me, it's kind of representative of how I am a spiritual being, purple, you're a spiritual being, but we're living on the earth. We're living in this physical space. So that way, when I wear this outfit, because my dress is older than you. I love this dress, and I've worn it for a long time, and it just reminds me that we kind of live in this duality where we're spiritual beings, but yet the way that we express ourselves is through our humanity, through our physicalness, through our bodies. So I know that I see you on Sunday mornings, and you've been wearing some really cute outfits, and that is kind of our clothes that we choose is sometimes the way that we express ourselves. And I just wanted to support you as you continue to express yourself by how you choose to decorate your body. So I hope you have a great week and that you have a great 4th week of school, okay? All right, bye-bye. You are the future, and we love you. You are the future, and we honor you. You are the future, and we lift you up. You are the future, you're divine. And Patricia got the memo too, because she's wearing purple and red. So.
This year, Unity's annual theme is how to stay centered no matter what. Each month, we explore the role that one of the 12 powers plays in staying centered and experiencing inner peace, no matter what is occurring around us. This month, we are exploring the power of will. Spiritual will brings clarity and direction. It affords a new way forward, a new path to fulfillment. The power of will sustains each of us as we pursue our divine purpose. We are committed and resolute, bypassing distractions and disregarding desires that would lead us astray. Divine will directs us to devote our energies to practices that carry us forward as we focus on our goal. We are focused and flexible, determined but not dogmatic. Attuned to the flow of spirit, we can be willing and open to the path ahead with a clear sense of purpose and direction. The power of will enables us to choose each step, knowing that our highest good is unfolding. We are grateful that this power of will guides us onward and upward. And so we affirm this month, I use my power of will to choose, to commit, and to be willing. Please join me in claiming this truth as our own together. I use my power of will to choose, to commit, and to be willing. It's time for an announcement, and Roy Capio will be giving us that.
Good morning. I don't know if you guys all know this, but today is Solar Power Day, or Panel Day. And we are going to have a meeting that will take place at 12 noon today. And for the people that will stay after the service today, we'll have a short break, but then at noon we'll be having a meeting in here for the people that will be attending. And for those that are online, you still could have an opportunity to come over here, or if you would like to, on the unityofbloomington.org website, you could go to the link, which will be located under events, which is in the lower portion of the screen, and you can get on that link just before noon, and then you can participate with us then as well. There'll be a lot of things that we're going to cover for the benefit of the members to educate you about what we'd like to accomplish, but also it'll be very interesting because the amount of work that was put into the industry and what the benefits are to you as individuals, you might pick up a few things that you might realize are very worthwhile in your future if you want to consider it beyond our church. So looking forward to as many people as we can to participate, and we'll do that then at noon today. Thank you.
The word for today is inspiration. I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Sometimes I feel inspired by the words of others, and sometimes I am inspired more by action. Today, I take my inspiration from the story of Charles Fillmore, a businessman who marveled at his wife's complete healing from serious illness. This prompted him to embark upon an intense period of prayer, meditation, and study that led to the founding in 1889 of Unity, which has become a global spiritual community. I take this story to heart and find my inspiration in my feelings of awe and wonder, love, or even healthy curiosity. Feeling an awakening of inspiration within me, I center my awareness in God. Divinely inspired, I move in harmony with the creative flow that blesses the work of my mind, my heart, and my hands. And from Job 32:8, but truly it is the spirit in a mortal, the breath of the Almighty, that makes for understanding. The affirmation is, well, for inspiration, that I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. So now we'll join together in speaking the affirmation aloud. Together, I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. And now repeat it to yourself silently. I move in harmony with the creative flow of inspiration. Our speaker today is Spiritual Ministry Co-Coordinator Ginger Curry. Our Unity Music team will now provide our musical inspiration.
This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and wide. This is my home, my country where my heart is. Here are my hopes, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with hopes and dreams as true and high as mine. My country's skies are bluer than the ocean, and sunlight beams on clover leaf and pine. But other lands have sunlight too, and clover, and skies are everywhere as blue as mine. Oh, hear my song, thou God of all the nations, a song of peace for their land and for mine. Oh, hear my song, thou God of all the nations, a song of peace for their land and for mine.
Reverend Lynn.
Good morning. When I wrote to Phyllis this week and told her what I would requested for our musical inspiration, she said, "Love it, but curious." And I said, it's mostly a personal request that I am desiring, I am needing an affirmation of peace for the world and for the experience of ourselves here in the United States and for others across the world to have their own experience of peace. And sometimes when it's not possible to experience outer peace, that they and that I might be able to tap into that possibility of experiencing that inner peace that we are all so familiar with. So if you've been following along, and if you've been following along at home, you will know that we have been exploring the past year how to stay in a sense of safety and calm despite what is going on around us, despite what's happening in the world. And as I talked a little bit with Ella when we were talking, I was trying to reaffirm that sometimes we cannot control the outer circumstances which we find ourselves in, that physicalness that we find ourselves in, but that the truth of ourselves is that we are spiritual beings. That's the core, that's the root of who we are. And that this physicalness that we are expressing in the world is an extension of that. As I was doing research, I forgot my book, but Betsy, can you hold up my Heart Physics Metaphysical book, Heart-Centered Metaphysics. This is my go-to book when I talk about anything beyond the physical. And so I was just kind of flipping through and reading, and I came across this quote. And this is very early on in the book. It's page 20. It says, "We do not actually find God or divine mind." So God, divine mind, omnipresence, oneness. These are all different words that we can express God. "We do not actually find God or divine mind, since omnipresent is never absent." Omnipresent means everywhere present. So it's never absent. What we must find is the point of awareness of divine mind or oneness, and that can only be within our consciousness. So when you and I, a lot of us, when we first came to Unity, we said, well, we're seekers. We're seekers of the truth. We're on exploration. And when I first came to Unity, I probably said the same thing. I'm a seeker of God. I want a more intimate experience of my relationship with God and with divinity. And what I've come to discover is that what I truly was seeking was this awareness, because God was never separate from me. There was never any separation. So for me, it was the realization that what I sought was these moments of awareness. We use meditation as one of those practices where we can tap into that awareness. And hopefully, we can tap into those awarenesses more and more frequently throughout our day. As I was meditating, pondering this idea of seeking, the verse from the New Testament, the Christian scriptures, kept coming back to me. Ask and it will be given. Seek and you will find. And so I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. Maybe I should go and look that up. And so I went to the good book, as some people say, and turned to the Christian scriptures. And I looked and I found that it was in Matthew 7, verses 7 and 8. So it's ask, and what I'm reading from is the Berean Study Bible. That's the version that's being used up here. So ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks, the door will be opened. Wow. So all I have to do is ask. All I have to do is open my eyes and seek, and I will find. And now this comes from the Gospel of Matthew, and Matthew was written for Greek-speaking Jewish Christians. So this group of people that this book was written for, they already were very aware of Jewish culture and customs. So there's not a lot of explanation about things that maybe people that aren't familiar with the Jewish culture would be confused about, because the writer knew that he was writing to people that already understood this. And so I did a little more research, and I remembered that this whole ask and it shall be given came from when Jesus was giving the Sermon on the Mount. And the whole sermon can be found in chapters 5 through 7. So if you got a little free time and you want to do some interesting reading, I would encourage you checking out Matthew chapters 5 through 7. You're going to find a lot of wonderful, wonderful teachings there. In addition, so the Sermon on the Mount includes the Beatitudes, the blessed bees, blessed are those. It also includes the inspiration for the song that we love to sing, This Little Light of Mine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. You find that in the fifth chapter in like 14 and 15. You find a lot about forgiveness, about turning the other cheek, about going the extra mile. You find let your yes be yes and let your no be no. So there's kind of the teachings on swearing, and not in the curse word swearing, but in like I swear on this, but saying your yes is yes. Let your word be your bond. Love your enemies. I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. And it's like, of course you love your family. The trick is to love those you really don't like. That's the challenge here. You also find in chapter 6, we get the teaching of the Lord's Prayer, where Jesus is teaching people how to pray. We also get the phrase, where your treasure is, there your heart will also be. So a lot of these kind of teachings that I'm kind of going through right now are things that are very familiar to you, and you just might not be aware or remember where they came from. And then we have the don't worry, be happy section, where Jesus is telling us not to worry. And then I love this. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Today has enough trouble of its own. So we're reminded that we use our creative energy not on worry, but on positive choices that will lead us to the outcome that we are seeking. One of my favorite teachings also comes from this chapters 5 through 7. It says, why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but fail to notice the beam in your own eye? It is so easy to tell your loved one what's wrong with them while not recognizing that you have similar things to work on. But that's, we were rehearsing this morning, and Phyllis was reminding us of the song, We Are All Just Walking Each Other Home. You and I are here in this physical space to help each other remember. So it's not about me nitpicking the little dusts of specks that are in your eye, but it's about me recognizing that I get my life in order, which led me to really think hard this week about kind of the teachings that Jesus was giving to the crowd when he was doing the Sermon on the Mount. These were radical teachings. This was a new way of thinking. A new way of thinking. And it was butting up against held beliefs. And I don't know about you, but when my held beliefs get butted up against, sometimes I react in a defensive way. As opposed to how we like to teach here is that when we feel that we need to breathe, take a moment so that we can respond to instead of react. So if you ever are feeling defensive, that's a clue there. Hey, what's going on here? Your buttons are being pushed. You and I, if we're willing to take the challenge, can step into awareness where we become responsible for our energy. Meaning that when I come into a situation, I've got to know who I am so that I have a better opportunity or a better chance of responding than reacting. My dad, retired Southern Baptist minister, he used to say, he would say, be careful what you pray for. And you probably don't want to pray for patience. Because you know what happens when you pray for patience. You are provided with every opportunity to practice what you have just prayed for. And so this week, I'm toying with this idea. I'm turning it over and over in my mind. Let's be responsible for the energy that we bring into every situation. And guess what happened when I woke up this morning? For some reason, I was on the wrong side of the bed. For some reason, on my way, getting ready for everything, I felt just a little out of sorts. And then I'm driving in, and I went, oh, man, do you know what's happening? I decided that I was going to speak on being responsible for the energy that I bring into the situation. And here I am with some pretty lousy energy. And so, thankfully, I get to spend my morning with this lovely group of people as we rehearse our songs. And really, literally, after the first song, it was all good because I remembered. And that's kind of why we decide on the music that we kind of are prepping ourselves with every morning or every Sunday morning to reinforce what we're going to be talking about, so that when you're out in the world and you're stuck in traffic, all of a sudden you start hearing Ginger and Betsy and Penny's voice going, today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. And then you're like, oh, okay. So I can turn this around. I can choose to be grateful right now. Or if you're sitting somewhere waiting, like the BMV that we all love to go to, because I always have to go 2 or 3 times because I never have the right paperwork. It doesn't matter if I go to the website and search for the paperwork that I need to bring with me. I never have what I need. So I just go in there thinking, well, this is my first visit. I'll see what I need to bring next time. And so it's not so painful when they go, okay, well, you need to bring back this and this and this. Like, okay, yeah, it's cool. So those are just my kind of experience of what I went through as I decided what I wanted to share with you today. What this is called is chemicalization. Again, heart-centered metaphysics. Chemicalization is the experience of inner conflict and upheaval that often occurs when aspects of our consciousness resist the transformation process. Have you ever tried to change a habit? And what happens? Stuff happens. Whenever I try to start exercising, I trip and I sprain my ankle. Can't move. That's my own personal way of getting out of it, I guess. But if you ever go on a fast or if you ever do a cleansing diet, what happens? You feel pretty bad for like the first couple of days. But then once you get past it, you're past it. You're through with it. This chemicalization is just resistance to what's going on. I decide that I want to speak on a certain topic. You better believe I'm going to come across it in my personal life as I prepare. because that's the way of really asking myself, do you really want to speak on this? If we meet our challenges with a non-resistant attitude, a kind heart, and accept them as part of our growth process, we will feel more comfortable with the aspect of spiritual evolution that involves letting go of old thought patterns. When we come up against these challenges, or when we decide we're going to become healthy and start walking every day, and then our knee starts hurting, or we feel a little ache and a pain, when we meet these challenges with a kind heart, that we just kind of accept them as part of the transformation process. This is just part of change. Then it becomes easier for us to let go of old patterns. A lot of times in our physical world, with countries, with governments, with ideas, with our culture, that when things start shifting, we will see resistance. And I'm here to tell you that when we look at this resistance with our kind heart, and we accept them as part of the growth and the transformation that is happening as we as a society let go of outdated and old beliefs, then that will allow for that change to be a little less painful. You and I, why are we here? You and I have the potential to bring God, to bring love, to bring understanding, to bring divine mind, oneness, whatever you call that Christ consciousness, that divinity that kind of holds us all together. Whatever you call that, we have the potential to bring that into every experience of our lives. And how do we do that? By becoming aware. Aware that it's already present. That because you and I have showed up and that you and I have chosen and committed and are willing, those three things that we talked about earlier, that we've chosen, we've decided we are willing to be God in expression, to be love in expression on this planet, that you and I have decided that we are that, and that that's how we want to experience and express the world, that we have the potential to bring forth these daily miracles, and that will ripple out. It's 2021. 100 years ago, maybe 120 years ago, I didn't have the right to vote. 150 years ago, I would not, as a woman, be standing in front of men and women speaking about spiritual truths, and you would not probably sit there and listen. Even in our mainline religions, there are denominations where I, as a woman, am not allowed to stand here in front of you, even in 2021. But it's changing, because here I am. Here you are, open to the idea and to the possibility. You and I are the physical presence and expression of the infinite in this finite world. We are the expression of the infinite in this finite world. And our quest is to seek and to cultivate our awareness. And with this awareness, we allow for heaven, or the inner spiritual reality, absolute reality with the capital A, to be made known on the earth. For the absolute truth to shine forth through us so that it can be made known on earth. And that's what I invite you to think about this week, as you go through your week, as you find yourself in your daily life. How can I experience and express more of an awareness that the energy of God is within everything? In a few minutes, we are going to be singing at the very end of the service, we're going to sing a song called "If It's to Be, It's Up to Me." If I'm feeling stressed, let me stop and rest. If I am feeling hurt, let me forgive. I know I can be the change that I want to see. That's our call. So we're going to prepare for meditation as we just find this awareness again, as we remember our oneness. And so we're going to prepare and have the singers help us.
In the stillness of the silence, I am one with perfect life. I am healed, I live in freedom. Joy now fills me, thrills me, mind and heart. In the stillness of the silence, I am one with light and love. I am wise, my thoughts are loving. Peace now fills me, thrills me, mind and heart.
I invite you to close your eyes, if that feels comfortable. Unwind your arms and your legs. Lengthen your spine as you reach towards the sky with the crown of your head. And then feel your feet connecting you to the ground, onto the energy of the earth. Sun, earth, wind. Breathe and release. Bring your attention to that heart area, your heart chakra. Imagine yourself breathing in with the oxygen filling your chest and holding for a moment. And then releasing. Again, in and out. When I am distracted by the world around me, when I am feeling a bit of dis-ease, when I am feeling a little out of sorts, well,
when I'm feeling irritated and raw and sensitive, I know that I can come to this space where I breathe in through my heart, where I hold, and where I release. And then I can put my focus here, breathing until I'm calm. Until I remember that I am connected to all there is, physically and spiritually. I am one with all there is, spiritually and physically. God is peace. Therefore, I can be peace. God is love and compassion and understanding. Therefore, I am love, compassion, and understanding. God is the creative energy that pulses through all life. And therefore, I am connected to this energy that pulses through all of life. I am wise with the wisdom of spirit within. I am open. I am willing to be a part of the creation, of the transformation, of the change, of the unfoldment of heaven on earth. I am willing to be that which inspires. I am willing to be an expression. I am willing. And as we allow ourselves to stay open to these possibilities, we feel our hearts expand. We feel the connection with those in the room. We feel connection with those in the city. We feel the connection with those whom we disagree. And we feel the connection throughout this world that binds us together. And now let's rest in this feeling of expansiveness and possibility in the silence.
You are the love of God. You are the love of God. The love that makes the universe. The love that sustains us all. You are that love. You are the love of God. We are the love of God. We are the love of God. The love that makes the universe. The love that sustains us all. We are that love. We are the love of God. You are that love. You are the love of God. I am that love. I am the love of God.
That was very inspiring. It really was. Now we turn to the spiritual practice of generosity. We are grateful for the many ways this center supports us in our spiritual growth, and we, in turn, are happy to support this center with our financial contributions and our voluntary service. We are also grateful to those who have already put in place automatic, weekly, monthly, or quarterly giving. Today, if you feel led to give, visit our website at unityofbloomington.org and click the giving link. And if you brought a tithe or love offering with you this morning, we invite you to place it in the singing bowl at the back of the chapel on your way out after the service. The singing bowl is also where you can leave your prayer requests. You will find the prayer request card in the pocket of the seat in front of you. Join me now in speaking aloud our abundance affirmation. Together, I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe. God is the source of my supply. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
If it's to be, if it's to be, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I seek the truth, let me speak the truth. If I'm lost in doubt, let me believe. I know I can be the change I want to see. If it's to be, if it's to be, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I'm tired and stressed, let me stop and rest. If I'm feeling hurt, help me forgive. I know I can be the change I want to see. If it's to be, if it's to be, if it's to be, it's up to me. If I dream of peace, let me be the peace. When I start from love, I am love. up to me. If it's to be, you know it's up to me.
We bless our abundance with these words together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I would like you to, I invite you to stand now and join me in saying our closing prayer. Together, we are here to glow as the light of God. We are the light of God. We are here to embrace as the love of God. We are the love of God. We are here to stand in truth as the power of God. We are the power of God. We are here to radiate as the presence of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. In gratitude for our radiant health, please remain in place and join us in singing together, "Let There Be Peace on Earth."